Some rock stars are actually terrible people, so let's take a look at some of the worst ones to meet in real life. Starting with Gene Simmons of Kiss, who throughout his career has gained a reputation for making highly controversial statements. However, he definitely crossed a line in July of 2014 when he made derogatory remarks about fans dealing with depression. He told Songfacts.com, "My mother was in a concentration camp, but she still gets up every day, smells the roses, and loves life. And for a putz 20-year-old kid to say, 'I'm depressed,' F you, then kill yourself." The timing of Simmons' comments was highly insensitive, coming just days after the heartbreaking self-inflicted loss of the beloved Robin Williams. However, he did not stop there. His tirade only got worse. "I always call them on their bluff," he continued. "I'm the guy who says jump when there's a guy on top of a building. Why are you announcing it? Shut the F up, have some dignity, and jump." Simmons faced a tremendous backlash in the aftermath of his remarks, leading to multiple radio stations boycotting all Kiss songs in protest. He later issued a public apology, with Simmons stating that his comments were made without regard for those who truly suffer the struggles of depression. Former Skid Row frontman Sebastian Bach. In 1989, Bach was widely criticized when he threw a bottle from the stage, accidentally hitting a female fan and breaking her nose.
That was just an emotional reaction at the time, but if you can't do that. You can't jump in there and kick somebody's ass. When you go to jail, it makes you think.
After facing criminal charges and a $500,000 lawsuit, the singer vowed to control his temper. Nevertheless, Bach's aggressive behavior resurfaced in 2002 when he was involved in a highly publicized altercation at a bar in New Jersey. According to witnesses, the singer threatened to shoot a bartender who had refused to allow him outside with a drink. Bach continued with his verbal tirade when speaking with police on the scene, vowing to return with a gun and shoot anyone who stood in his way. Even from his holding cell, the belligerent singer would menacingly whisper, "Just wait till you see what I do."
Jail is not a very good experience.
Bach was charged with disorderly conduct, simple assault, and making terroristic threats, with the persistent nature of his threats resulting in a substantial bail amount of $10,000. And if you think that's a lot of money, wait until you hear about the $100,000 bail set on Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose. It all started when Rose spotted a fan in the audience taking pictures of him during a 1991 GNR concert. The singer ordered security to confiscate the camera. However, they failed to act quickly enough, pushing him to take matters into his own hands.
Hey, take that! Take that! Now, get that guy and take that! I'll take it, goddammit!
Rose dove into the crowd, snatched the fan's camera, and even hit a few audience members before being lifted back on stage by the Guns N' Roses crew. He then stormed off in a fit of rage, announcing that the rest of the show was now cancelled.
Well, thanks to the lame-ass security, I'm going home.
That's when the audience erupted into chaos, sparking a riot that led to numerous injuries among the fans and resulted in an estimated $200,000 in damages. Subsequently, Rose was arrested and faced charges of inciting a riot. He was later released on bail amounting to $100,000, while the singer argued that the venue's insufficient security measures were to blame for the incident.
I'm saying, yeah, I jumped off stage and yeah, things went haywire after that, and maybe I could have handled it better or whatever, but no one was really handling anything at that point, so I took it into my own hands with what I could do. And what crossed my mind that time, because I've been pretty much pushed to the limit by their lack of security. But I don't see anybody else in St. Louis really taking any responsibility for anything that happened.
Rose was ultimately found guilty of property damage and assault, yet few rock stars have faced as many assault charges as Motley Crue's lead singer, Vince Neil. The frontman has been arrested for assault on 5 separate occasions, throwing punches at everyone from record producers to escorts. However, it's Neil's 2016 brawl involving actor Nicolas Cage that stands out as the strangest of of them all. While waiting outside the Aria Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, a fan approached Neil for an autograph when, out of nowhere, the singer pulled her to the ground by yanking her hair. In an attempt to control the situation, Cage then put Neil in a headlock, all while drunkenly screaming how much he loved him.
Stop this.
It was evident that both celebrities were under the influence as they hastily fled the scene. Neil was found guilty of misdemeanor battery and was subsequently sued for $150,000 by the autograph-seeking victim. It's safe to say that Crew fans should just avoid approaching the band in public, especially considering drummer Tommy Lee's 2012 outburst against fans requesting photos with him. In a lengthy rant posted to the band's Facebook page, Lee wrote, "I effing love my fans. What I have a problem with is taking pictures. I hate it. I'm not here to take pictures with you. I'm here to entertain you." Taking a firm stance, the drummer also announced his decision to no longer participate in Motley Crue's $900 fan meet and greet sessions. However, it was later revealed that Lee's aversion to meeting fans stemmed from an unfortunate incident wherein he was asked for a selfie at a mortuary while collecting his mother's ashes. Fortunately, Lee managed to maintain his composure, unlike Sugar Ray frontman Mark McGrath, whose expletive-filled outburst on a fan has become one of the most viral celebrity freakouts ever. It all started when one troublemaker in a crowd of fans yelled, quote, "Sugar gay" at McGrath, and things quickly spiraled out of control from there. The singer immediately lashed out, unleashing a barrage of curses and threats towards the heckler.
Who said sugar gay? I'm beating your fucking ass. Who said that? Did you? Oh, I'm choking.
McGrath continued on his tirade, even urging the crowd to beat the man up on his behalf. There was just one problem. McGrath had mistakenly confronted the wrong person, as the individual he threatened was not the one who had taunted him. McGrath has since expressed remorse over his violent reaction, admitting that he was intoxicated and acted like a moron.
But once I heard the sugar gay comment come in, I was just drunk enough, just stupid enough to react to it. So, being the terrible, fake, tough guy I am, I looked at the smallest guy and found him. I don't know if the dude even said it.
However, this next musician doesn't need a drink to act out, as many have criticized rock singer/actor Jared Leto for his insufferable commitment to staying in character. While playing the role of the Joker in 2016, the actor tormented his co-star Margot Robbie by gifting her a live rat. Another castmate would recount an even more disturbing incident, where Leto channeled his inner Joker by having a decaying pig carcass delivered to the rehearsal room.
It freaked everybody out, but that was the point. You know, the point was to maybe inspire some chaos and insanity on the set.
Yet Leto's unsavory behavior extends beyond pushing boundaries at work, as numerous allegations have been made against him by women who claim he targeted them when they were minors. A 2005 article by the New York Post chronicled Leto's alleged misconduct, referring to him as a serial texter who reached out to girls as young as 15 years old. Despite this, Leto continues to secure prominent roles in movies, with recent reports confirming that the actor is still terrorizing everyone on set. And speaking of pretentious actors, while Billy Bob Thornton is best known for his roles on the silver screen, he's also a member of a rock band called the Boxmasters. He also strongly prefers to keep his two careers separate. A radio host learned this one the hard way after broaching the topic of Thornton's movies during a 2017 interview promoting one of his band's concerts. The atmosphere instantly turned hostile as Thornton avoided any questions related to his acting career, creating an uncomfortable tension in the room.
Are you reacting to the fact that I said?
Yeah, I am. Since you're instructed not to talk about shit like that, yeah, I am reacting to that. Yeah.
Because I mentioned that you were an actor and a
well,
screenwriter?
first of all, that wasn't supposed to be mentioned either.
You would prefer me to only do this interview not mentioning at all, and just to clarify,
that's correct, yes.
At all that you've
That's
ever
correct.
done anything in terms of acting, screenwriting.
That's correct.
Despite the band's initial plans to perform a song on air, Thornton refused to participate, offering a weak excuse for his lack of involvement.
Okay, you're not going to play?
Well, I'm a drummer.
And you don't have your drums here?
No, we don't cart those around at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. All right, well, how about
Ironically, the very concerts that Thornton was promoting ended on a sour note, with the band being booed due to the actor's childish behavior during the interview. This next musician, however, was booed by one of the biggest crowds imaginable, and took out his frustrations on an unsuspecting young fan. During the Download Festival in 2018, shock rocker Marilyn Manson took the stage as the opening act for the band Avenged Sevenfold. However, the crowd predominantly consisted of A7X fans, who relentlessly booed Manson as they eagerly anticipated the next act. Aggravated by the audience's reaction, Manson decided to engage with the crowd by inviting a group of them to join him on stage. This is where things took an uncomfortable turn. Manson would single out one particular concert goer wearing an Avenged Sevenfold shirt, demanding that he take it off.
No, take this shirt off. Take this off. Because it's not my name.
Admittedly, the young fan was not in the best shape and hesitated to go shirtless, though he eventually complied and quickly covered his body with a flag. Finally appeased, Manson and his band resumed their performance, leaving the crowd to process the bizarre turn of events. Although Manson is often referred to as the Antichrist superstar, let's now shift our focus to a Christian musician who was convicted of a truly horrifying crime. Christian metal singer Tim Lambesis appeared to have it all: a thriving career with his band As I Lay Dying, a devoted wife, and 3 beautiful children he adopted from Ethiopia. However, things took a dark turn when Lambesis discovered his wife's plans to divorce him in 2013. Fueled by the fear of losing custody of his children, the singer resorted to hiring a hitman to carry out the murder of his own wife. Little did he know that a concerned friend had already tipped off the police, who launched an undercover operation that lured Lambesis into an unsuspecting encounter with an agent posing as a hitman. After handing the undercover officer an envelope that included $1,000 in cash as well as photographs of his wife, Lambesis unknowingly sealed his own fate and found himself behind bars. The disgraced musician pleaded guilty to solicitation of murder, a felony charge that resulted in a 6-year prison sentence.
I lost myself, I lost my way, and I sat there in a cell being like, how did I become this person? This is like, it kind of blew my own mind, you know what I mean? Like,
prosecutors described Lambesis as both a danger to the public as well as a flight risk. This next musician, however, posed a different kind of danger, but this time it was to an actual flight. In 2002, REM guitarist Peter Buck caused quite a commotion during an international British Airways flight from Seattle to London. It was aboard the nearly 10-hour journey that Buck consumed 15 glasses of wine, which inevitably led to his belligerence towards the flight staff. The situation escalated when he was refused further alcohol and was then caught trying to steal a bottle of champagne from the galley. Buck responded by punching the plane's wall and even tried to pull a knife from a serving cart. In a bizarre turn of events, he even brandished a cup of yogurt and a spoon, treating them as weapons and splattering several people with the product. Buck's actions culminated in his attempt to open the plane door while in midair, mumbling that he wanted to go home. A lengthy trial ensued, where the musician testified that his actions were the result of a bad reaction to a combination of sleeping pills and red wine. Buck was somehow cleared of all charges, and ironically returned to his home in the US by flying on British Airways. And speaking of Britain, this next instance of bad rock star behavior may be the craziest of them all, as it spiraled so far out of control that only the military could put a stop to it. You see, by 1989, British punk crossover superstar Billy Idol had fallen victim to the rock and roll lifestyle and all its perils. His reckless behavior reached its climax during a notorious trip to Thailand, where the singer embarked on a prolonged drug binge in his room at the prestigious Oriental Hotel, indulging in some of the most potent substances money could buy. Eventually, hotel management had seen enough and attempted to force Idol out of the establishment. The singer, however, refused to leave and proceeded to cause nearly $250,000 worth of damage. Realizing they could no longer deal with the problem on their own, the staff called in the local military, who, according to legend, shot Idol with a tranquilizer dart and strapped him to a stretcher before wheeling him out of the hotel for good. And if you thought these stories were crazy, then you need to watch our video on rockstar feuds that got physical. Click here now to learn all the shocking details about the most intense band feuds that went way too far. From Motley Crue to Metallica, you don't want to miss this one. Come find out why this is one of our most watched videos